He lurks in the shadows, a silent, unstoppable force. His presence is felt before it is seen, a creeping dread that seeps into the bones. Michael Myers, the name whispers terror. It is a name that has become synonymous with fear, a name that sends chills down the spine of anyone who hears it. He is the embodiment of pure evil, a relentless killing machine. His motives are unknown, his actions unpredictable. He moves with a purpose that is both terrifying and mesmerizing. His story is one of Halloween nightmares, a tale that has been told and retold, each time more horrifying than the last. It is a story that has become a part of our cultural fabric, a story that we cannot escape, a tale that chills the bone and quickens the pulse. It is a story that keeps us up at night, a story that makes us check the locks on our doors and the shadows in our rooms. He is the monster under the bed, the creak on the stairs, the embodiment of our childhood fears, brought to life in the most horrifying way possible, the fear that lives in the back of your mind, the fear that you try to ignore, but that never truly goes away. It is a fear that Michael Myers embodies perfectly. For decades, Michael Myers has haunted our screens and our dreams. He is a figure that we cannot escape, a figure that has become a part of our collective consciousness. He is a horror icon, a symbol of our deepest fears. His image is one that is instantly recognizable, a symbol of terror that transcends generations. His white mask, a chilling visage that sends shivers down the spine. It is a mask that hides his true face, a face that we can only imagine in our worst nightmares. His legacy is one of blood and terror, a legacy that has been built on the bodies of his victims, a legacy that continues to grow with each passing year. He is the boogeyman, the monster in the closet, the thing that goes bump in the night. He is the reason we fear the dark, the reason we fear the unknown. And his reign of terror is far from over. As long as there are shadows, as long as there are dark corners, Michael Myers will be there, waiting. He is the shape in the shadows, the embodiment of our deepest fears, and he is not going anywhere. On a cold Halloween night, evil was born. In the seemingly idyllic town of Haddonfield, a nightmare unfolded. 6-year-old Michael Myers, his face hidden by a pale mask, took his sister's life. The act was brutal, shocking. A child transformed into a monster. Michael was institutionalized, locked away from the world. But evil never truly dies. For 15 years, he remained silent, still, a blank slate, hiding a storm of murderous intent. Then, on a stormy Halloween night, Michael escaped. He returned to Haddonfield, his hometown, now his hunting ground. The nightmare had come full circle. The boogeyman was back. Michael Myers is simplicity, distilled into terror. His presence is a haunting reminder of the unknown, the unseen, and the unstoppable. His iconic mask, a pale, emotionless visage, is the stuff of nightmares. It's a blank canvas that projects our deepest fears. A face that could be anyone's yet belongs to no one. It reflects no humanity, only a chilling emptiness. This void is what makes him so terrifying. It's as if he has no soul, no remorse, no reason. He is a hulking figure, clad in a mechanic's jumpsuit. This ordinary attire makes him even more unsettling, blending the mundane with the monstrous. His movements are slow, deliberate, like a predator stalking its prey. Each step he takes is calculated, each motion filled with a dreadful purpose. He is a force of nature, unstoppable and merciless. No matter how fast you run, how well you hide, he will find you. Michael doesn't speak, he doesn't show emotion. His silence is deafening, a void that amplifies the terror he brings. He simply observes, waits, and then he strikes. The anticipation of his attack is almost as horrifying as the act itself. His weapon of choice, a long, gleaming kitchen knife. This simple tool becomes a symbol of his brutality, a harbinger of death. He is the embodiment of pure primal fear, a fear that taps into our most basic survival instincts, making our hearts race and our breaths quicken, the monster that lurks in the shadows, waiting to strike. He is the darkness that creeps into our dreams, turning them into nightmares, and he continues to haunt our collective unconscious, a chilling reminder that evil never truly dies. His legacy is etched into the annals of horror, a timeless figure of dread and despair. Michael Myers didn't invent the slasher film, but he perfected it. He set the standard for a new breed of horror villain, relentless, unstoppable, and utterly terrifying. The Halloween franchise, spanning over 4 decades, is a testament to his enduring appeal. Each film adding to the mythology, exploring the depths of his evil. His influence can be seen in countless horror films that followed: the silent killer, the unstoppable force, the embodiment of pure evil. He is the blueprint. Michael Myers is more than just a character, he is a cultural phenomenon. His mask, his heavy breathing, his unwavering pursuit, all instantly recognizable. Section 5, Halloween 1978, The Night Evil Was Born. John Carpenter's Halloween introduced the world to Michael Myers, a low-budget masterpiece that redefined horror. The film's simple premise, its effective use of suspense, and its chilling score created a masterpiece of terror. Jamie Lee Curtis, in her breakout role as Laurie Strode, became a scream queen for the ages. Her fight for survival against the relentless Michael Myers resonated with audiences. Halloween was a critical and commercial success, spawning a franchise that continues to this day. It cemented Michael Myers as a horror icon, his name synonymous with Halloween itself. Section 6, Halloween 2, 1981. The blood continues. Halloween 2 picks up immediately where the first film left off. Michael Myers, presumed dead, rises again to continue his hunt for Laurie Strode. The film delves deeper into the mythology of Michael Myers, revealing the disturbing truth behind his obsession with Laurie. The connection between them adding a layer of twisted family drama to the horror. While not as critically acclaimed as the original, Halloween 2 solidified the franchise's staying power. It proved that Michael Myers was more than a one-time scare. He was here to stay. Section 7, Halloween, H20, 20 years later, 1998. A new generation of fear. The late 90s saw a resurgence in horror films, and Halloween H20 was at the forefront of this revival. After a string of sequels with diminishing returns, Halloween H20 breathed new life into the franchise. It was a critical and commercial success, proving that the Halloween series still had a lot to offer. Set 20 years after the original film, it brought back Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. Her return was highly anticipated and added a layer of authenticity and continuity to the story. Haunted by the events of that Halloween night, Laurie must once again confront her demons. The film delves deep into her psyche, exploring how the trauma has affected her life over the past 2 decades. The film explored themes of trauma and survival, while delivering the chills and thrills the franchise was known for. It was a perfect blend of psychological horror and slasher elements, making it a standout in the series. H20 introduced a new generation to the terror of Michael Myers. For many young viewers, this was their first encounter with the iconic boogeyman, and it left a lasting impression. It proved that even after 2 decades, the boogeyman still had the power to frighten. Michael Myers remained a symbol of pure evil, and his legacy of fear continued to grow with each new generation. Behind the scenes, the cast and crew worked tirelessly to bring this vision to life. Their dedication and passion for the project were evident in every frame, making Halloween H20 a memorable chapter in the franchise. The premiere of Halloween H20 was met with excitement and anticipation. Audiences were thrilled to see the return of Laurie Strode and the continuation of the Halloween saga. The film's success paved the way for future installments, ensuring that the legend of Michael Myers would live on. Section 8, Halloween 2018, Confronting the Boogeyman. The 2018 Halloween served as a direct sequel to the 1978 original, ignoring the events of the other sequels. 40 years after their first encounter, Laurie Strode prepares for Michael's inevitable return. This time, Laurie is no longer the terrified victim. She is a hardened survivor, ready to face her demons head-on. The film is a brutal, unflinching look at the lasting effects of trauma. Halloween 2018 was a critical and commercial success, proving that Michael Myers still had the power to terrify audiences. The boogeyman was back, and he was more terrifying than ever. Section 9, An Enduring Nightmare. Why does Michael Myers continue to fascinate and frighten us? Perhaps it's his simplicity. He is pure evil, undefined and unexplained, a blank slate onto which we can project our own deepest fears. Or maybe it's his relentlessness. He is an unstoppable force, a creature of pure instinct. He doesn't kill for pleasure or revenge, he kills because it's in his nature. Whatever the reason, Michael Myers has left an indelible mark on horror cinema. Section 10, The Shape of Horror to Come. The legacy of Michael Myers continues to this day. The Halloween franchise shows no signs of slowing down, each new film adding to the mythology of the boogeyman. He is a reminder that some fears are primal, ingrained in our collective subconscious. The fear of the unknown, the fear of the dark, the fear of the thing lurking just out of sight. Michael Myers is more than just a character in a horror film. He is a cultural icon, a symbol of our deepest fears, and his reign of terror is far from over.